Hi, and welcome back to the Deadman Company. As always, I am your DM Shivam, and I use he/him pronouns. And I suppose you're wondering why I've gathered you all here in the parlor room today. You see, there's been a murder most foul.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
If you will look in the center of the room, the fear-bald man lying face down.
He's dead.
Oh no.
You see Ash, piloted by the player Nolan, who both use he/him pronouns. They are dead, and one person in this room has murdered them. Now, if we would, perhaps we should go around the room. Everyone introduce yourselves and perhaps introduce your murder weapons.
Don't you fucking laugh and make me get down this rabbit hole, I swear to God. Well, I suppose I should begin first then. I am Kate. I use she/her pronouns, and while it is a possibility, the murder weapon possibly being one Dea Delawai, who also uses she/her pronouns, does not seem to fit the modus operandi for this sort of case. As you can see, Ash has clearly been struck down by some sort of sharp object, and Dea, being a water genasi creation bard, can really only take control of things and turn them into blunt objects, therefore ruling her out as the possible murder weapon. I believe, next investigator, are you sure it is not you who may know what the weapon is?
I'm Izzy, she, they pronouns, and my so-called weapon, Elena, would not hurt a fly. Like, yes, we can point out the obvious that she has a scythe and whatnot, but she would not hurt her fellow party members. So I think
love
we
interest.
can all rule that. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Anyway, what about you?
Well, I'm Elliot. I use he/him pronouns, and, well, if we could cross-examine here, we see that Dea is not a sharp object. And Kate did say that the victim was killed with a slashing motion, like as though slashing damage were given to the victim. My weapon here, Onimori, while he is a war hero, he uses he/him pronouns, and you will also notice that he carries a bludgeoning weapon, Daibo, which could not inflict the kind of damage dealt to our dear victim here. On the other hand, we have a sword wielder right here.
I am offended by the presumption that I have anything to do with this. I'm Nemo, who uses he/him pronouns. And my murder weapon, so to speak, is the Reminisce. And if you had anything to do with it, the victim would clearly have signs of being shocked or fuming at some kind of capability. As you see, the body is well bloodied and, you know, kind of moist. Not very great. It's not good sight, but also proves that I'm innocent.
Well, if it wasn't any of us, then who was phone?
I suppose we'll never know, as we'll just have to leave Ash there with 4 slash wounds in his side as
You're
I'm just
100%
going to
Rosalind.
leave with this giant dragon and just kind of step out of the room, I think.
Oh. Couldn't
Well-
have been the dragon.
Yep. Case closed, boys. Case closed.
He was Atlanta 100%.
Motherfucker.
Flashing weapon. That's a scythe.
Bitch.
So to start off this session, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a different one this week. So as you guys have heard, unfortunately, Nolan couldn't make it this week.
He died.
He died.
He died.
He did not die. Full clarity did not use for here, guys. Look at that.
So we're gonna have a little bit of a different session, where we're kind of gonna go a little bit back in time here, but I suppose before we get into that,
Oh boy.
Nemo
Oh
has
man.
been working on something, and I feel like with the amount of effort that's been put into it, it's only right to show it on stream.
Oh man.
So,
oh boy.
Hey,
Without any further ado,
this
I
thing.
believe it.
Let me pause the music here.
was gonna say-
None of us have seen this except Nemo.
Yeah.
Shit. Are we gonna have to mute so we can watch via with stream, or are you gonna stream it for us?
Oh,
also?
it will work. Trust me.
It will work.
Trust me, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, won't we just play it at the same time? Let me
Just
know.
watch the stream. Ah.
I would like to thank you.
Oh no.
Oh, they fucking what? They're just saying hi to each other.
Ash instinctively
my God.
reaches out and just grabs you on the shoulders and just goes,
You should not have to feel like people can walk over you.
Oh, they fucking look at those sparks. they're just talking to each other.
he actively starts taking off his jacket.
Oh, they fucking. Oh, they.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Impeccable editing, Nemo. Holy shit.
My fucking
Took a
god.
deep breath.
I was losing my fucking mind.
Oh my god.
They're just talking.
Oh god.
Holy shit.
But yeah, well done, Nemo. Holy shit.
That's so good.
I'm happy.
He starts taking off his jacket. Flustered chicken wings.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, when is that gonna be on our YouTube? When?
Next
I don't know.
Next week?
Flustered chicken noises.
Yep.
I guess we'll post that in our Discord and then have it up on the YouTube. But
I don't
Yeah.
post it in Discord. Don't post it in Discord yet.
yeah, cool
Oh, no.
Discord members will have it ahead of time.
You know,
Oh. No.
it'll be on the TikTok ahead of time.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Follow on TikTok to see that again.
I
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, is
Yeah.
he?
How you doing?
Okay.
The ship has sailed.
Oh god. But yeah, to get back to it, so this stream is going to be just kind of going back in time a little bit. A bit more downtime session here, where the players can interact with each other, as well as Dr. White, while Ash is just kind of recovering. So we're going back in time a little bit to the long rest just after everyone rescued the displacer beast. And this is just going to be kind of like in the morning area where like Ash is kind of like resting and the rest of the party members have gotten up at this point. Yeah, so to start things off, it is morning as 4 of you guys are woken up. You can see that Ash is almost certainly exhausted from everything that's happened to him, is currently attempting to get some rest, as he probably had an extremely restless night. Maple and the Displacer Beast also with him. As the three of them nap, the four of you begin to get up, as you guys all hear the crystal begin to ring. Yeah, as it starts playing the Buddy Holly riff that you said is your ringtone.
Elena, why is the crystal? Oh my god! Why is the crystal playing music?
Oh, that's my new ringtone.
Your ringtone.
Oh, that's a good one.
Isn't it? Okay, I answer. Hello.
As you answer, it is Dr. White. As she says, "Oh, hi all. Good morning."
Good morning.
If you guys had a little bit of time, I kind of wanted to check in with you all. It's been a while since you've had out, and I suppose this would be more of a bit of a physical, just to make sure that you guys are doing all right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right then. Let's go ahead and start off, I suppose, with just this. The Red Menace.
Hey.
How are you doing? Just currently physically right now. Is there any sort of pain in like your chest at all?
In my chest?
Yeah, because as she kind of like points towards, you vaguely do remember the fact that, yeah, you did get shot by a fucking laser, at
Oh.
one point. Before, yeah, that was kind of the.
That was kind of the thing that killed me, right? I remember that.
Well, it's nice to know there wasn't too much lingering trauma after that. Yeah, and as she kind of like just like inspects it, she says like, did you ever end up getting the tattoo repaired?
Wait, it's damaged?
I think didn't we say that like session 1 because of the cannon, right?
Yeah, I can't see my back though.
I mean, if you're referring to the large square of scar tissue where there's no ink, yes, it's damaged.
Oh, that's bad. I don't know if the guy who did that is still alive.
Is the Red Menace just like circling around, just like a dog chasing
Yeah,
his tail, trying to come back?
trying to look at his back.
Hold on. Stay still. I got this.
Oh.
I pull out my camera. I take a picture. I hand it to him.
Man, they could have made 500 gold.
Day has been rendered useless.
Damn. Like how Elena figured this one out. Good. Red Menace, as you look at the mirror, you can in fact see that there is like a square of scar tissue on your back, as the tattoo is not really there anymore.
Oh, I don't like that.
We could find a new artist.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, out of curiosity, who did your first tattoo?
It was a friend of Mona, really good artist. His name was Michael.
Oh my god.
Michael. Okay, I guess that leads into something I have been kind of meaning to ask.
Yeah, what?
While I was trying to organize things in the Dust Keep here, there's a large number of people that were, of course, obviously willing to fight. There was one group that had a certain set of demands upon you gaining power. Have you heard of the Michaels for Michaels Association?
Oh, those nerds. Yeah,
she like cocks ahead of you.
They're just dumb. Okay, so at some point I tried to outlaw the name Michael because there's too many Michaels.
What?
Like, yeah, every second person you meet is a Michael in Dustkeep, and I tried to stop that. And then these absolute dweebs just showed up and said, you can't do that, that's against, you know, the law or something. And I said, fuck you, I'm the king. And they said, no.
Don't you make the fucking law? What?
I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Not specifically related to names. There's something about free will to be whoever you want in the code of Dustkeep somewhere. But like, why would you want to be a Michael?
Why would you want to be
Do they choose to be named Michael?
I mean, I guess some of them, but like most are just kids. I try to allow that. You know, I thought maybe the Michael lineage would just die out eventually.
Oh, no, they're very much still around, and yeah, their demands are that they will help with the fight, but only if it's made a constitutional right to be allowed to name yourself Michael. And that it can't be revoked.
I don't like that. We don't need them.
I see. She kind of twiddles her thumbs for a second as she says, "Can we at least maybe like compromise with at least allowing them the name Mike?"
That's one of the main reasons I stopped that. It's either a Michael or a Mike. Too many people with that name.
What if we give them a little bit of like variation, like a Michael 1, Michael 2? Like, can we number them?
That's just a surname. That's just a last name.
Well, it's more of a hyphenated first name, right? She's kind of looking towards the others with like help me eyes.
No.
Onimori
okay.
is frozen in astonishment.
Nah, this is not my fucking circus.
Elena?
I don't even know my last name, so I really don't know what it means.
Good.
Probably not Michael.
What if they were renamed Red Menace? Or like, I don't know, what's a cooler name?
I don't think there's a cooler name. But also, the name Michael is totally fine. It's just there's too many of them. If we replace the name to another name, then it's just another problem.
Huh.
Then we have the pre-existing people with the other name replaced, and the influx of Michaels that were renamed to that name. So we have double the problem.
God. Okay, so pretty adamant on establishing a Michael quota then?
Yeah, no Michaels.
No Michaels, okay. I'll see what I can do in that regard. Oh god. She scribbles something down, looking eyebrows a little bit furrowed. Good. As she goes on and says, okay, I guess some other things, Onimori, how are you holding up physically, in terms of, well, your strength being regained?
Alright. Still not feeling quite as well as I was before, but I think recovery is steady.
Still, it's impressive how how physically strong you would end up being then at full potential if this is just, well, even a fraction of that power.
Well, I suppose someone has to be the strongest person in the war. And you happened to research for that.
Demon Guard.
Shut up.
Yeah, and she goes on to say, yeah, so one question, if you don't mind. I mean, what exactly did make you choose a melee weapon to fight with? I mean, as far as I've researched, many of the soldiers in your time preferred ranged weapons, especially with the advent of firearms.
I was astonishingly bad at it.
She blinks for a second
They
as she
could
says,
not train me with the bow.
"Oh. Huh.
I suppose I can't be good at everything now, can I?
I suppose not." You can see, like, the slightest, like, brow twitch on her. You want to roll insight?
Yeah, that's funky. Ugh, where's the game? Oh, I haven't even pulled up my character sheet. Sorry, I'm a fake. I guess I can't pull up my character sheet. I'm gonna use the other one because I wasn't ready like Nolan usually is. I'll have a +0 anyway.
We're all taking his rolls today.
Go, dice! Does anyone else want to roll insight and maybe learn something without me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure fucking attempt.
What do you want to do, Elena, with your insight?
Insight?
As you're rolling it. Perhaps even in advance.
Anything you would like to do?
Guidance, I guess.
There we go.
I'm like, what?
Oh, cool.
No fucking idea. No fucking idea.
I think Onimori in the meantime will go on to say,
Wow!
oh, Jesus Christ, my
The double
ears.
nut one.
My ear bones. Go on to say, I suppose as the Lord gave up teaching me the bow and arrow, it made up for more time for me to learn the melee weapons.
Yeah, of course. The eyebrow twitch goes away without any additional information. Guide. Here, I'll give you one more thing. Is she kind of like, you can see her like she opens her mouth and then kind of closes it for a second.
Yes? I think we're breaking up. I think the call is having bad.
No, this might be a touchy subject.
Why?
Go
She kind of like
on.
rubs your neck for a second as she says,
What?
it's, slightly related to Demon Guard. We don't have to talk about it if you'd
What
rather
is
not.
it? I would rather know than not.
Well, as I've read the stories, I mean, obviously I don't think that may be at least a decent bit of exaggeration in it. Take all of that with a heaping pile of salt.
Who's rolling dice? Jesus
As she
Christ.
said, there was a character I was fond of, Nori?
And
Well, I can't help but think at least a little bit, well, you mentioned before that, the entirety of the story was kind of taken from around, like, the same, like, ideas and places, but, of course, at a decent distance away from it. Nori was an interesting character to me, at the very least. I don't understand how it could have gotten flanderized to a talking animal, but would you have any idea who that's based off of?
talking animal. What did they do?
Well, yeah, there was like this strange little turtle that would occasionally follow Demon Guard around. He started off as a low-level enemy, but eventually, after they defeated him for the first time, he decided to become good and join the crew around.
My goodness, there is no end to the depravity. Nor was just a child. He was not a soldier, but he would follow me around when we were off battle.
Oh. Yeah, I see. She leaves it as that unless anyone else wants to dig further. No?
No?
Elena's not here to ask how cute he was.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, it is BRB?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, Elena's back.
Oh, hi, sorry.
Dr. White asked who was Nori, and Onimori said he was just an actual... So apparently in Demon Guard, he was a turtle that the party adopted. Onimori just goes, no, he was just a human child.
Just a...
Oh!
Huh.
Did you have a kid?
Well, not
with
Nori.
you? What is
He's
Nori
probably
mean?
an orphan of sorts. He would just wander the city and we'd teach him things, give him snacks and money.
So, a kid?
It wasn't mine.
Okay, well, that sounds like that.
Jesus Christ.
I like turtles.
I like turtles. God.
Right, well, he was real. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, I suppose so. Just that, yeah. As she kind of then mentions, you did have family, I mean... as she kind of, thinks for a second, she just kind of, just mentions, well, I mean, if you'd like, with your lineage, I mean, perhaps there's still remainders of that lineage around?
You mean they aren't all dead?
I mean, I could research that if you'd like.
It's likely not worth looking into. I would be shocked if they weren't killed off. If you really must, I won't fight you.
That's his way of telling you to do it.
Well, sure. I just kind of expected, I mean, you might want to know?
Well, it would be interesting, but they don't know who I am.
I suppose not.
Does this mean Onimori is a grandpa?
I am more surprised. I am more surprised someone let him within 5 feet of them to be able to conceive a child in the first place.
Oh, that's...
Timor does not turn at all.
That was just necessarily mean.
I pity the poor woman.
Wait, who's your wife?
A tea house attendant named Sumire.
I fucking knew it!
What is this
okay,
life story time?
Maybe.
Elena, you're staring at me and your eyes are very wide and you're shaking slightly. Are you okay?
You had a wife and you had offspring. This means we could run into your great grandchildren. Do you not think this is exciting?
And I mean, given the gap of time, I imagine it wouldn't be any more exciting than meeting strangers.
But even if they don't know who you are, you know who they are. You could see how far your lineage have come. How are you not excited of this?
Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to look into it.
Yes. So how'd you meet Sumire?
I met her
That's
after.
volume 3 of Demon Guard.
I
Oh yeah, what volume do
would
we have?
certainly hope it's not. I met her in the city of Akaide after it was picked up by our warlord. She wanted nothing more than to live a peaceful life in the city. She had a ryote, which is some combination of a restaurant and a tea house.
So,
What more of it?
what do you like? How did you, introduce yourself?
With my name?
Only more. How did?
My god, the riz on this man.
The absolute riz he has.
I meant like, how did you get to? I don't know, like get to know her? Did you go on dates?
Well, I would help her set up the ryote every morning when we were not, of course, at battle.
Alone. Huh?
Not. Sure, Elena, whatever you want. And after the war, she hired me to work there.
Did you ask her for her hand in marriage, or like?
Eventually.
How did that work? Oh, well, how'd you do it? I want to know.
I'm sorry. Well, it was more of a... We eventually decided it was been long enough that we should probably just get married.
Okay.
Well, you seem unexcited.
I mean, there wasn't any, like, sparks or anything? Like, did you
Any
marry
what?
for love? Sparks!
Oh, well, I suppose there were. I'm not going to... I'm not going to entertain you with poetry of our relationship now.
Wait, you wrote poetry?
You wrote poetry? I mean, that's his thing, right?
Onimori just puts one hand against his forehead over the mask. Listen, Sumire is not the most typical person.
And neither are you! In the best of ways.
Sure. I suppose if you find me unexciting, you will likely find any stories I have to tell about Sumire grudgingly boring. She was the most predictable and stable person I ever knew. I could expect from her the same order from the markets every week, leave for 3 years and come back, and it have not changed. In some ways that was the best thing in the world. In some ways it was infuriating. But in a world where many things are changing, it can be nice to have.
So you want stability. Got it.
Were you taking notes?
Nope. As I put away my notepad.
They know.
Okay.
Doesn't mean she wasn't a good person, but
Oh no, I didn't say that. I just
to say she was
Boring.
exciting enough to have sparks, I suppose. Though I could not point at. Whatever, I don't. I'm done with this conversation. What is it, Menace?
I think the mask is blushing.
I do too.
It is not
Insight,
capable
right?
of doing that.
It is currently red, man.
It's always red.
I think you're blushing.
Swords hate. Is he just stumped?
God.
Is Onimori blushing?
You can't tell!
But I rolled it!
It doesn't matter what you rolled, his face is hidden!
Okay. Are there any...
Dr. White's just
like,
watching this
hints of
happening. Sorry.
embarrassment? Are there hints of embarrassment in any sort of way? I imagine there are in some sort of way, right?
Yeah, he seems more like at a loss
Yeah.
than anything.
I lean over to Redmond. He's totally blushing.
Yeah, he's blushing, I can tell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good.
Drop a haiku, motherfucker.
Fucking was. God.
Right, Dr. White, is there anything not related to me you'd like to talk about? I think I've shared enough the interesting aspects of my life as it is.
Yeah.
Someone let him more Hirihara.
What?
Yeah, you can... No, go ahead.
No, it's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can see Dr. White has like a slight, like a smile on her face. And she says, "Yes."
Smiling, she's smiling because her ship was correct.
Yeah. Yeah, you see her in a notepad, like check. Yeah, no.
I knew it.
God.
God. Well, she says, "Well, I suppose moving on to Dea. How is your breathing now after have your lungs healed a decent bit more here?"
Everything has stabilized out, yes. And the being out of the smog has greatly improved it.
That's good to hear. By the way, too, your, well, powers, was it? The, as she kind of like, yeah, says like, well, the visions, do those hurt you?
They can. It depends on the intensity of the vision that I'm being shown. Smaller things, usually only inducing nosebleed and a headache. There have been episodes where things have been far overpowering enough that I awake hours later in a completely different position than when I was standing.
She frowns as she says, "Would you like me to try and look into that, see if there's something to at least, like, mitigate the pain?"
Giving Dea an opioid addiction.
I would not believe there'd be anything to mitigate it. To be able to do so in the first place, we would have to be able to anticipate when they would arrive. And considering that I do not have any idea when they do, it would make everything for naught. So no, even if we could, there'd be no reasonable way to do so.
Do you know how you got the powers?
No, they first started happening as a child. That is all I'm aware of.
And she kind of like scribbles some notes down. She nods, she says, "Any sort of theories that you heard of, though, or anything like that?"
Currently, no. Everything is determined, or was determined by the gods. I would not question, but they do. Everything happens for a reason, even if we are not aware of it.
Yeah, she begins to kind of scribble down some more notes as she says, "Okay, yeah, that's also what I researched a little bit too. From all the sort of like classical texts, it mentioned that like gifts and boons like that were often given by the gods. What I also heard too was if it is a gift or a blessing, it tends to be from one god or goddess. Do you have any suspicions on who that might be?
They have never appeared before me, so for a concrete one, no. But I have always had a few reasons, few ideas. It seems most likely Poseidon, as I did get my first visions as I was swimming doing my daily tasks. I would like it, however, to perhaps be Athena. Her wisdom is something that is, well renowned, and I believe anyone would be interested in just a taste of what she could offer.
As she also mentions then too, and on another note related to the powers, the star magic, as she kind of like looks at like the part of your hair that's kind of beginning to glow. You mentioned a little bit that it had some like adverse effects. As she kind of says, like, anything else seemed out of place or anything like that when you cast a spell? I think you mentioned in vague terms.
It can be very overwhelming, yes. Even when I was at my most powerful, I had no experience with this kind of magic, this kind of raw power. Nothing of the sort. It would be difficult for anyone to wield, I would say. So it is unsurprising that even I cannot manage it.
Okay. Just be careful with it. I think you mentioned, you did lose a year from that. So, just be mindful of how you use it, I suppose.
I will use it as I please. To benefit us as much as I need it to.
Yeah. You can see her like open her mouth, but she very quickly just kind of closes it and looks away. I'm assuming unable to meet what I imagine is a pretty intense expression from you.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Any other comments as she's slowly turning to look at Elena?
No.
Nope. Okay. Yeah, she turns to Elena, as she says, "Okay, so yeah. First of all, I guess just physically, of course. How are you doing with I suppose just kind of the everything?"
Fine, I think.
Okay. Glad to know there's no sort of like lasting sores or anything like that. And mentally, how are you doing at remembering things so far?
I'm fine. I'll roll this.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine.
Yeah. She frowns a little bit, but she just nods as she says, "Okay. Thoughts on anything you've remembered so far?"
I remember my husband. His name was Sage. That's about it right now.
She gives a gentle smile as she says, "Well, that's nice. You've, well, I guess you, I guess you probably just asked, like, yeah, what was he like?"
He was very kind, very charming, very in your face. But he was nice.
No, go ahead.
He gave me a chicken. Like a little plushy chicken.
She lets out a gentle laugh at that, and she says, "A chicken? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cute."
Mm-hmm.
Elena slightly tensing up, I'm assuming.
Maybe.
Wouldn't you like to know what the boy? God. Yeah, as she I'll give you like this too. And she kind of like lets out like a laugh. You can see that she kind of just like quickly adjusts her ponytail. Go ahead and roll me. Everyone can roll me a perception check real quick.
The fuck does that
Perception
mean?
check?
Guidance.
-2.
I was almost a 19. I'm so angry.
What the fuck?
Wow.
I'm sad.
No one's above a 15.
Elena, why are you?
Yes?
Why aren't you bardic inspiration, Elena?
Because I didn't think of it.
Quickly bardic inspirationing Elena.
On call.
I mean, they could just like, you know, like the soft spot, like the upper part of your back.
Yeah.
They just bardic inspirations her that way. Just a quick, sharp mage hand.
You slap her on the back.
You're inspired.
You are inspired.
God.
What is D8?
Yeah, you've inspiration gets flashbanged.
Would you look at that?
Elena, you're zoning out as Dea fucking just like baps you on the back. As you suddenly like snap to attention, you notice that and as Dr. White is just kind of like adjusting her hair, on her ring finger there is a wedding ring.
Ooh.
You were married too.
Oh,
Huh.
as she says, "Oh, yeah, I was at one point."
What happened?
You say what happened, and she just kind of freezes up.
No one is safe from my questions.
Well, we were together for a good long happy while, and then she was taken from me.
By who?
Like, in what way? Like,
The Red Menace.
I want to see if I relate to you or no.
She was murdered.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Oh!
that's bad.
Who did that?
Why don't you take a wild guess, Elena?
Yellow.
Oh.
You guys told her all the information you guys found out, right?
Yeah, I can presume. We could backtrack. I think if for anything, we'll backtrack small details.
Yeah, as she says, okay, well, not that I was meaning to keep this from you guys in any sort of way, but that lady in red that you mentioned,
Oh.
that has to be her.
Do you know her personally?
Bits and pieces. We were not exactly close.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see her very tense. And as she says, not to muddy my motives at all. It's the reason I didn't feel the need to mention this, but I need vengeance on her. The first goal is always to protect the people. Protect the people no matter what. But I want to make her pay too.
Do you know what she does for Cielo?
I'd imagine necromancy.
Like what
Which
you do?
corroborates with what Cut mentioned.
Would that be like what you do?
Not the same method, but similar.
Do you
How
think
so?
she's...
Well, if you can even provide us such an answer.
Provide such an answer for like
Uh,
house or
Yeah, how are things different if she had any inkling?
I'm afraid not quite yet. That bit of information I'm still currently keeping from you guys, it's related to the hows of how you're brought back.
Mm-hmm. Is this one of those secrets so our heads don't explode, or just secrets to keep secrets?
Secrets for not exactly a head exploding, but more so a, still something dangerous to know.
Hmm. And you're not sure if it's true or not?
Not 100% too, I will admit. I have strong suspicions, and for right now, it seems like all the evidence is pointing towards what my theories indicate. But also, yeah, I don't want to send you loose with this theory without at least getting a little bit more information to fully confirm things.
Do you think the Lady in Red has something to do with the resurrection of the Titans?
Almost certainly.
We know they're different than us.
Yeah. And the fact that they are extremely different does concern me, to say the least.
And, on a similar note, since Ash isn't here, did you know of Cut's desertion of Cielo?
I knew it about the same time you guys did. I mentioned it to you guys that he was.
I was gonna say we did tell her about all of the shit that we found.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and she she did say it right at the end of the arc, like, hey, the next person might be a defector from Cielo.
Well, I guess that means Cielo doesn't have a grip on their minds, they're just choosing people who might agree with them.
Yeah.
I have noticed that many of the people we're finding are from similar eras as us. Was this a conscious decision on your part, or their part, or are we simply very unlucky?
It was this is more of a response to what they did. In parts, at least. Once I decided to solidify the eras that, from what I could research, the Titans are from, that's when I could start narrowing down potential people to bring back.
But you don't quite know who the rest are, do you?
Well, here's the thing. I do have at least vague theories about identity, but again, it's the same thing with the head exploding bit. If I reveal information to you now, I do believe all of you were at least influenced by each of the Titans, and if you guys know that sort of information and they were related to your deaths, even. I mean, it doesn't bode well for what it could mean for you all.
Hmm.
I mean, you could tell me.
She blinks for a second as she kind of thinks and says, huh. Well, yeah, actually, I suppose if the rest of you would be okay with it, I mean, though I can't stress enough then, don't tell the others about
I'm good with keeping a secret. Like, I didn't even mention that Onimori had a child before everyone figured it out.
God. Yeah, good job, bud, keeping that secret for all of, what was it, like 4 hours?
You don't know that.
I don't know that. Nope, it's fine. She looks towards the others for approval.
I mean, sure, but would it help us at all if you can't tell us?
I mean,
I don't know, could it help us?
I mean, at the very least, if the Red Menace isn't, choosing to tell anyone else, it could at least offer you a couple of leads into to researching. Because, of course, I do at least have vague ideas about identities. I don't know what they're up to now, and I don't know how strong they are now. If I can at least give you guys some sort of leads in terms of, like, places to go, things to do, objectives to accomplish in order to weaken them from, like, the start, this actually does sound like a pretty solid plan.
Sure.
Alright. As she says, okay, but the Red Menace, I'm assuming, perhaps not exactly right now thing, maybe once you're done with the peak, and kinda. Yeah, maybe make that a little bit.
Yeah. I also think probably we could tell Ash too.
Yeah, No, yeah, for sure.
2 of us, that's better than 1 of us.
Yeah. Remind me after the peak. I guess, you guys are getting a bit of a lore dump.
Too cool.
Alright. Any further questions for Dr. White or each other?
Resources page.
I mean, other than Demon Guard, are there any other fiction you like?
As a Demon Guard.
I mean, maybe yeah. I know Demon Guard is pretty cool, but
why Demon Guard if you know it's wrong?
Because it's cool. It's still cool.
It's children's entertainment.
We are children.
Ellen is 2 years old at most.
Hey! I'm at least 3.
Yeah. Dr. White kind of scratches her chin as she says, I mean, truth be told, stories like that do tend to appeal to me. I mean, stories of, the larger-than-life heroes up against insurmountable odds. And
oh, hey, that's a good question. How did you find out about the rest of us? Do we have cool, not Demon Guard, but something else cool?
I was wondering why you'd picked each of us. Not all of us are fighters.
Well, sure. I mean, let's go ahead and do this. Well, the Red Menace is quite obvious, I think, for a fight against CLO.
You have unusual powers, don't you, the Red Menace, with the metal manipulation.
Okay, that was really fun.
That didn't happen yet.
Oh shit, my bad. Ignore what I said.
What you're talking about.
I don't know. I'm going insane.
Brain
I
going
did
first.
something else with meta manipulation that I'm not mentioning right now. It's not related to the future. Sure.
Sure. Something else?
I mean, it's something that that everyone in the Dust Keep could kind of do when I was alive. I just was kind of good at it.
And I guess that's still a reason to stand out. And you were their king.
I was. For a long time.
Well, even, yeah, more than that. They were so afraid of you, they tried to erase your name.
They did?
Well, I suppose not quite erase, but just drag it through the dirt there.
Oh, how did they do that?
Did you forget you were called the Bastard King by the Ashra?
That's real cool, though.
Well, I mean, yeah. The sentiment with the Ashura, as far as I'm aware, it became commonplace towards members of her generation. It was more often to blame you for what befell the Dust Keep rather than Christina.
Because he died.
Yeah, I suppose so, and because Christina would impose such various restrictions, such as jailing any dissenters, that there's, an entire generation of youth frustrated, trying to lash out at something, and seems you were their something.
Don't like that. That makes me seem like, a dad or something.
It does. And that's why you picked him.
If his name's enough to inspire fear in Cielo's hearts, yeah,
I like that.
I'm candidate. Moving along the group, well, Onimori, of course,
Demon
God.
Your strength was legendary, to say the least. You were quite possibly one of the premier fighters of your generation, and your homeland was known for raising fighters that could fight with very limited magic. Having an entire group based around just spell casting seems like a pretty obvious sort of weakness, and your durability, of course, made you a very prime candidate for helping support the group in that way.
There's a weakness to magic.
Well, yes, of course. Most casters, they need to draw on the magical energy of their surroundings. There's certain ways to disrupt the casting of spellcasters, ranging from using the weave around you to try to
The weave.
stifle.
Someone's been playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, someone's been playing fucking D&D. That's a fucking just D&D term, period. Shut the fuck up, nerd. God, fucking Baldur's Gate reference. Yeah, there's elves in Baldur's Gate. That's a Baldur's Gate reference.
alone.
Was that a Baldur's Gate reference?
God.
Being assigned to the
Playing
gulag.
5e.
Incinerating Elliot.
Guys, I'm being bullied. I'm leaving.
Well, how do you think I feel all the damn time when I hear it?
Okay, as she says, yeah, like you can disrupt the weave as well as, there's of course even things like, anti-magic fields that prevent casting from a certain area. And
I
of
will
course,
ask how to recognize such things. Perhaps that would be useful.
It, I suppose, wouldn't affect you too much, considering you can just fall back and hitting things with a big stick. But I suppose the rest of your spellcaster allies would be able to tell you a little bit more easily, as
Right.
if you're connected to the weave, like most spellcasters are, you feel when your magic is being stifled.
May I pause you for 1 second? What is
Go on.
the weave?
Hair, no.
Man knows nothing.
The study of magic in modern times, at least, how people are able to cast spells is the magic that's latent around them. It's pure, unbridled creation. And of course, from civilization to civilization, the explanations vary, but the weave is the general term for the general force around the air in which a spellcaster is able to transform into something more physical and tangible. If you don't have the weave, you can't, make those miracles happen.
I suppose this is something I am incapable of feeling.
What if you just have blood? That doesn't touch a weave.
Well, that's kind of part of the thing, though, Elena. The fact that you're able to channel blood is through the weave.
Oh, okay.
And yes, well, while it depends. Some people are more predisposed at birth in order to actually be able to handle magic, but it's not an impossibility for you. There is a way to channel the weave through extensive knowledge and research, though it takes many spellcasters years upon years in order to fully master the art.
Suppose it wouldn't be useful to me at this rate, not with everyone else in the party knowing some magic.
Yeah, at best, you might be worth it for you to try and practice a couple of cantrips, but as for full spell casting, I don't know if that'd be worth your time.
No. Well, thank you for the explanation.
Any other questions?
You didn't tell us about Dea or me or Ash. How
Oh
you got
shit!
to-
Yeah, right. I was doing the explanation. Sorry, I got distracted. Well, as for Dea, I mean, she was known as one of the most premier oracles of her time. Her prophecies, I mean, they helped save countless people. I mean,
did?
having that sort of force, even if it's uncontrollable, I mean, it seems, well, more than useful, to say the least.
I guess the trick up our sleeve we need.
It would give us an edge. She kind of glances towards Dea. How's Dea looking?
She's not making eye contact with Dr. White.
Detect thoughts. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Detect thoughts.
Did her history not say anything about her magic casting?
Well, yes, that was at least a good part of it, but the history was more towards the abilities for her prophecies and the like.
Well,
Of
it
course,
seems
her
much more
spellcasting
reliable than the
ability.
prophecies. I don't know why I would focus on that.
Yeah, we only had one prophecy.
Well, yeah, as she mentions, well, of course, I suppose in Dea's homeland, spellcasting, I believe, was much more common. It's not really a miracle if everyone can do it, I suppose, even if it is incredibly reliable.
It was as easy as breathing for most people. It was not something that stood out very much. If you could cast magic, you were no different than any other person.
Yeah.
Strange.
And Dea, I think you would know this, of course, you were not the most premier spellcaster of your generation. There were definitely people who could do it better than you, in any sort of in different ways. Yeah. Not to discredit your spellcasting abilities, but you weren't the crazy top of it.
Yeah, they didn't have access to probably as many crazy spells as they did.
Yeah. Peeking out at Otto's irresistible dance. That's what I'm known for, is making someone fucking boogie.
God.
I would love to see that.
That's my next character when we kill off Onimori.
You're gonna play the Lord of Dance.
Yeah. Watch out.
Just looks like the fucking Double Dragon, dude.
God.
Good. As
Well-
for... Oh, no, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to ask about Elena.
Yeah, as for Elena, well... I, again, hesitate to say too much because, you know, I hate to sound like a broken record,
The
but
whole head exploding thing.
it's generally to be avoided. Yes. Suppose how to put this in a way. Her actions resonated with me, I suppose. I think that she's interesting and
Well, how
her
nice.
powers-
Well, now my curiosity's piqued. Perhaps we should stop before we start asking questions we can't have the answers to.
Mhm. Alright. Oh, and as for Ash, too, I mean, texts about him are rare, but stories told of a legendary figure way back when that was able to communicate with beasts that were considered for a time mythical. The ability to make peace with dragons in any kind of capacity, I mean, such a thing is rare nowadays, to say the least.
Elena, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you really want to know, you may, but just be aware she can't really say much.
Yeah,
Oh.
if they have specific
No,
questions, I suppose. I can try.
I would, but privately. Later.
She not. Alright.
We all stare at each other.
Yeah.
I have a question for Dr. White. I recently,
Mhm.
I've been made aware of adventure books.
Oh, yeah. As she says,
Onimori looks at Dea.
I love adventure books. What's
Oh,
up with
no.
that?
I love adventure books.
She says, oblivious.
Okay, so two things. Are you aware of the Omegaverse?
The what?
What?
As she just like, she just looks like completely dazed, just like, huh?
I mean, that's a common thing in the adventures books that, you know, I found that they lent me.
She looks around to everyone else attempting to look for any kind of answers to this.
Elena looks
I look
so
at Dea.
Dea gives her a shit-eating grin.
I don't. Oh my god! Just. I really don't know how to handle this one.
Yeah, I don't know how it's now. 25 years ago, that wasn't the common adventure that you'd
Is this
have.
that book you showed me, the Red Menace?
Yeah, apparently, yeah,
Oh
those
my.
are just adventure books now.
They are?
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a lot of them.
Oh.
Well, those could be considered adventurous at best. I don't know if those would be considered adventure books.
No.
I would not call them adventures.
Oh no, they're better. They're experiences.
I don't want to have this experience.
There's experiences happening. Anyway, I was asking because, I've been looking into it, and there's a lot of them. And the teams, just kind of vary a lot.
Quality too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I just want to ask, have you found any of these books that have, characters that were based on us?
Like, are you asking if there was porn made of us?
I just heard Shivam cackle but didn't pick up.
This is a dangerous route you're headed on, and
I want to know.
I think if there was any of us made of porn, it'd be only red men.
Good.
And that could be Onimori porn.
Maybe. Actually, you're right. There is Demon Guard. There's probably some shit out there of him.
I
There's gotta be
don't
fan
want to
dungeons.
know. I know I'm the proponent of knowing everything we can. But I failed to see how this could possibly be beneficial to our journey.
I want to know what they think of me. What how
You can do whatever you would like, the Red Menace, but please leave me out of this.
Yeah, she squints at you and says, "Really, how badly do you want to know? Because I mean, I feel like there's not really an unringing of this bell."
The fact that you aren't giving him a straight answer leads me to believe that you know.
I want to know. I, Izzy, want to know. Elena probably.
If she
but I,
has that
Izzy.
knowledge ready, I want to know too.
Okay.
Oh,
Everyone who wants to know, roll high or low. And if you roll low,
Oh.
Okay,
things are gonna happen.
Shivam, Onimori doesn't want to know. But
But
we
you,
know
Elena,
it
want to.
exists. Like, it's a massively popular manga.
I, Izzy, want to know.
But he doesn't want to know.
Yes, you don't want to know, but yours is confirmed already for sure.
He's there, and if Dr. White just wants to kill him right now, she can. But he doesn't
So
want
what
to
are we
know.
rolling?
Onimori
High or
just
low?
quietly shakes his head.
Hello.
So if it's low, there is porn?
Yeah?
Oh wait, I want to roll low.
Wait, roll it one at a time. Roll it one at a time.
Alright, who's up first?
Red Menace, you go
For a
first.
minute. Okay, for a
Low,
minute.
low is porn, high is no porn.
Low is
What the fuck? I'm sad.
Will it into existence if you must.
There's
Oh my god,
Oh
there's
no!
porn! Red Menace.
Guide. She sighs.
Oh no!
The lower the number implies the dirtier it is.
Dea?
Fuck me up.
I mean, you're Greek mythos basically at this point.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's two people that would do it.
You're safe.
People are
It's just
scared of Dea.
angst. It's just angst.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a bunch of like really angsty fan fiction.
Angst. Oh my god.
Should I roll for
Got it.
Ash?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
Yes.
Ash wouldn't really, because he doesn't have the literature.
Listen.
There's a bunch of smutty cave paintings.
Oh,
There's a bunch of smutty cave
It's
paintings.
like ancient smut from like the year 0. Izzy's laughing way too hard. Oh no.
So, okay, cave paintings are like the first animation things of the world, and you have to like run across the cave with the fire to like make it move. That's all I can think of is sprinting down a cave.
Yeah. You're just sprinting down a cave and it just slowly reveals a picture of a dong.
You gotta work for it.
Dead sprint.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Anyways, Dr. White goes and she says, okay,
sorry,
first
guys.
you see as she just like sighs, she takes a long sip of her coffee and she says, okay, you have to understand, when I was doing research on you all, I took books from absolutely everywhere. And like, fuck me if there weren't at least like some just random porn title snuck in there.
Wait, like what?
God.
Make it up on the spot, Shivam.
You can't see it in Onimori's face, but his whole, like, body language is defeated. It's disappointed and defeated.
Well, there was definitely some stuff about the Red Menace and his longsword.
Yeah.
The redness of his legs. I'm going to walk away. Call me back when the topic has changed.
Cool.
Just gets up and leaves.
As she looks at like Elena, she just kind of squints as she says, you know, I think it would probably be the worst possible death I could give you if I accidentally give you your porn title there and then accidentally explode your head with that.
I think that would be the best.
Wait, what is it? Now I really want to know.
I'm trying to figure out how this would work.
Oh no.
Well, to be honest, yours wasn't just smut, it was more of a proper romance.
What?
For the characters.
Yeah, it was... It was called the Sun and the Moon, I believe, translated.
Oh.
That sounds tame.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was definitely very vanilla.
Why does she know that terminology?
Well, if she knows
yeah, I just
Omegaverse,
learned a lot of things about Dr. White, I think.
Oh no.
We already knew that.
If she knows the term Omegaverse, pretty sure she knows the term vanilla.
Yeah, it was mostly fluff, really.
Haha.
Yeah.
I mean, in time, we can eventually, like, find you the book, I suppose.
You have it ready, don't you?
Did you read the book? Dr. White?
She sinks back down for a
Dr.
second.
White! You read this book, and then you revived me? Look me in the eye and tell me you did.
Was it the main reason?
It was for research!
She says it was for research.
Uh-huh.
Hands down a book called I guess, what would that be in Spanish?
El Sol
What?
y la Luna?
Yeah. God. And she slams the book down.
We can find it if you want.
As she says, I mean, if you guys, like, as soon as Elena gets her memories, or I guess if you want to keep this away from her, someone else.
None of you are reading this until I get my memories. I'm telling you right now, no.
I mean, she can't read, so that's...
God.
None of you are reading this. Ever.
As she says, yeah, whenever you guys want, I can send it to you by snail mail.
Snail mail? Like little snails?
What's that?
Yeah, you got that in your time?
What?
Little snails?
Yeah, did you guys not have snail mail?
What?
No?
And she kind of like thinks for a second. She kind of like counts out the years as she says, yeah, I guess this was just after the Red Menace. Huh. So, it's a little while after you had passed away, the Red Menace, there was a breed of snails that was discovered called phase snails. And the thing is, they're extraordinary messengers. If you want to send just like small letters or packages, I mean, snail mail is the best way to do it. And she says, I mean, yeah, to send you a couple of things, like if you guys ever needed to send something back, or if I needed to give something to you guys, I was probably going to do this. And she says, hold on, if you guys want, I can send you guys your first package as soon as you're back in town.
Send me my book.
She says, okay, we'll do. Elena, you want yours too?
Yes, but no one else can touch it. I swear.
Okay. I'll send then I'll pack a couple of potions in. And she says, here, you'll be seeing this guy very shortly. As...
Snail.
Snail.
She holds up
a snail.
a little snail to the camera.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, look at him!
Oh,
I love him.
wait, there's a
Perfect.
colored one,
Name.
Shiva. There's a colored one.
Ah, fuck me, was there?
Let me
Where
get
is
it.
it?
Let me get it
Ah,
for
shit,
you.
there he is. I found him.
Oh my god!
Oh, I love him.
What is their name?
perfect.
His name is Speedy.
Oh,
Good.
As she says, oh, and yeah, so it should be fine. I don't think they'll be too delayed or anything like that. The only thing that can delay a phase snail is phase spiders, so.
Huh? Really?
What?
No. None at all.
They're gone now.
They are gone.
Oh. They're okay.
they?
As long as you didn't part in bad terms, I suppose it should be fine, right?
I gave them a lunch and they didn't say bye. That was
It was
still not
very
over
rude.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, no. Fucked up that it did. Bring that up.
Sorry.
I pat Red Menace's shoulder. It's okay.
As Alina, with your passive insight there,
Ooh.
you would definitely know, the Red Menace and the Phase Spiders did not part on great terms.
What?
Alina, you're the only person, well, I mean, this is just Alina who would realize this, I think. Like, you're
Hypothetically,
definitely...
what happens if we didn't leave?
Then anytime you guys would get snail mail, there's a chance that it could be delayed. I mean, the little guy's pretty resourceful, so I don't think he's gonna get hurt or anything like that, but he might have to hide out a couple of days or something like that, and any sort of items, I mean, there's a small chance that he might need to abandon cargo.
Oh no.
That's terrible.
Is there any way we can help him?
I guess not help him, but if you could... Okay, so if... Yeah, I think she's kind of realizing then. So, yeah, I'm assuming... Yeah, she quietly says not great on the spider's end then.
Yeah.
They had lunch. They were happy.
Right. Well, assuming then everything's okay with these spiders and there's nothing that can be done about that, as she makes very pointed eye contact towards you three, there isn't really too much you can do for the snail. Any sort of buffs or blessings you could give him might make it a little bit easier when sending him back to me. But beyond that, I mean, no, if there's nothing more we can do about those spiders, cough, cough.
I believe you.
Onimori, you see out of the corner of your eye, just like sharpening the spikes on Daibo.
I thought you were about to say just sharpening the blunt end of the.
No, he's just like 20 feet from the party.
Onimori, we're done talking about porn.
Are we?
Ugh.
Yes.
Dude.
Are we?
Wait, before we do, which one was the best one?
Died. She just kind of like fidgets for a second. She says, I do enjoy fluff and just the sappy scenes. I guess Elena's.
Damn.
No, you're not reading it.
God. God.
I will read it first, and then if I deem it okay, then you can read it if you want to.
Alright.
Okay, now Onimori, we're done.
Alright. Walks back over. Learned anything enlightening?
Snails.
Snails?
Snails.
Some
Dr. Whale.
unhinged
Snails.
terminology I'm not aware of, is it?
Nope. Snail. I explain what snails
Yeah, okay, thank you.
I just leave you in the dark.
You fucking idiot.
Right, I've only... as long as there's no phase spiders about, right? Shouldn't be a problem.
Good. Right. If there's nothing else, Dr. White can continue with this.
That does clear up my questions about what you intended for the party.
And speaking of the party, how are you all getting on with each other?
Oh, we're not getting it on.
What?
Oh wait.
Along, getting along.
Hear the heaviest sigh come from Onimori.
None of us are sleeping together, but two of us might be soon.
Huh?
Wait.
I hate all of you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, I mean, that's good. I just, I hope at least be some sort of, like, team unity there. And I'm just gonna continue to... Again, not sure what to do with that last bit of information, so just gonna move past it, I think.
Whatever you want with it.
Suppose this isn't really a secret, but I've been little unsure of what to think of Ash lately.
Oh, is it Onimori in
No! What? Elena, we're off that subject!
now.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I leave if we don't want to talk about anything productive.
Sorry, that was an important point. Yeah, sorry, you go on.
I have been made aware that we tend to think very differently. I think I've stepped on a few toes, and try as I might, I don't see many opportunities for amends. We are tolerating each other, it seems. When the party is not falling apart in the midst of battle. But seeing as Ash is a bit loath to share them, is there anything about his culture that might help me out? Not that I need to be friends with everyone around me, but if we're going to be strapped to each other for the next year or so,
There's nothing wrong with being friends.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with what? Oh.
So there's nothing wrong with being friends.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Elena.
And she says, I mean, I don't think there's anything cultural-wise I can really...
Like, I could gift
add
him,
on.
like, a fancy plant and we could be friends again. Don't know anything
Well-
about him.
Any sort of information to that regard wouldn't be culture-wise, it would be Ash's preference. I suppose just pay attention to the things he enjoys, the things he likes to do. The plant seems like a good sort of peace offering to try to talk things out. If you guys are at least civil enough to talk to each other, I mean, I can't imagine that a long series of talks wouldn't eventually sort things out.
Uh-huh.
I can't really offer too much more advice than, I suppose, just give it time.
We did talk at some point, and I thought things went at least neutrally at first, but
Only Mori.
Elena.
Okay, so this book that I read. Not the werewolf book, but the book of language flowers. Listen, the book of language for flowers. Yellow roses mean friendship. If you wanna, like, do that.
Can you give us some
Sure.
roses?
I suppose this is more a question for everyone but Dr. White, but I tried to be genuine with him when we were talking. It was during our watch. I don't know what I said, but in hindsight, I think it upset him. In a way where he's now unwilling to tell me what it was.
I think you two are just very different people and have very different sets.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, but it's generally easier to destroy our enemies if Ash isn't staring at my back with anger that could almost pierce me like they could.
Maybe just kind of give it time, because the worst, like, I wouldn't want you to keep trying and then just making it worse.
Oh, yes. I would just
So-
like to not repeat the same mistake twice.
Yes. Maybe once this whole, like, Star Drake thing is, like, over with, we all just kind of sit down, have a little, like, chat with one another on, like, how things are going. We move on to the next thing. Get some ice cream, alcohol, or something.
I mean, we're
Maybe?
just staring at you.
Something social.
Something social. There are no tea houses around here.
I didn't see any. What about that bar we went to?
Be honest, Elena, I was only at the bar so I could talk to people who we needed to talk to.
Okay, but we could talk to each other there. We could dance, have drinks.
Not exactly my idea of a good time, but if it appeases the masses, I will join.
I'm just suggesting ideas.
And I will go along with them.
Okay, we'll figure it out later on. I'll try to help you, only Mori.
Thank you, Elena. Well, Dr. White, there's our personal grievances. I have been wondering. Maybe this is causing me to wonder. Did the history say anything of personality? I suppose it's not really the most exciting thing to discuss.
Bits and in pieces. Some did, some didn't, depending on where you guys were. Well, the Red Menace, of course. The history books that did depict you depicted you as a charismatic leader, and a person that seems straight out of myth. The person.
That seems right.
You almost said it's surprisingly accurate. I guess the Red Menace, you're only, 25 years?
Yeah, I was going for 25 years, yeah. Wait, are you asking my age? What are you asking?
No, how long you were dead.
25 years.
The longer it is, I suppose it's longer for history to get bastardized. No pun
Or was
intended.
just built different.
That
Yeah,
is
I want-
entirely possible as well.
Yeah. Skipping over Elena, because Onimori, I was also a little bit, to be honest, I was worried how you were going to fit into this group with the Red Menace, because the history books also described you, of course, as the leader of your squadron and the person who would give inspiring speeches to everyone in battle.
Of course it did. Well, I'll have you know those are entirely lies.
If you would be so willing to admit that.
It was like that after the war ended. The first history book came out 12 years prior. It was already wrong.
Huh.
That's sad. You did tell me that.
You did mention the warlords, correct? Was it
Yes.
propaganda, or...
Oh.
I'd never thought of it that way. It could be. Or it could just be a more exciting story. After all, the efforts of 1 million people are difficult to describe in one narrative. It's easier to just lump all of their characteristics into one person.
I suppose so.
Sorry I couldn't be what you wanted me to be.
No, you're more than enough as you are.
That sounded so angsty.
For real?
Sorry I can't be him. Geez, sorry I'm not Demon Guard.
And that's, yeah, no, he would say it. Are you getting this from the history books or the children's stories?
Well, to be honest, the history books more. They definitely described you as charismatic and a leader of men.
Of course they did. What about Dea?
Dea's where things start to get a little bit more fuzzy. There was very little about her actual personality itself, as she treads very carefully and says, it was a lot more about her actions. And of course, the implications, of course, being of all of her altruistic actions and what a kind soul that she must have been. And she just kind of leaves it at that without digging any more into it.
Interesting.
I'm assuming an awkward silence kind of hangs over.
No, I think Moni Mori would
Everyone's
plow
laughing.
over that awkward silence, actually, and just turn to Dea and ask, was this a common way that stories were told? Through action, rather than experience?
Most stories about great heroes, or those who have done great things throughout their life, it was a common outcome, yes, for them to be instead more so notarized in lore or children's stories.
Made palatable.
Ones that would be able to be passed down through the generations, which with much more ease than a normal history book. The idea was to get the general idea out there. Then once a person had grown, it would be easier for someone to go and get more further, well, details.
Enlightening.
And of course, going the furthest back here to Ash, well, because stories of his time wasn't exactly through text, it was more towards the spoken medium or images. It's much more difficult to get any sort of personality rather than myths and legends. Just speaking to a general sort of like character and their actions rather than any kind of personality.
Suppose that makes sense. It's quite the leap of faith of you to trust that we wouldn't want to tear each other's throats out the instant we were resurrected.
Yeah, I mean, this entire thing has kind of been a bit of a leap of faith for all of us. And once again, I do appreciate that all of you are so willing to dive in with me.
Was there anyone else from our timelines that you were considering resurrecting? As opposed to us?
There were a few, some people who were at least close to you, but to be honest, anyone else would have been a second choice.
Good answer.
Like who? If I'm allowed to know.
Well, going off of the names that were already spoken, I suppose if not you, the Red Menace, then, well, Lucia was at least spoken of in a few texts as she stood by you. Of course, in order to probably defeat Christina, we would need someone who would be able to enter the death race itself, and as far as I was aware, you were the main racer in that.
Yeah.
And she kind of just like, yeah, she quietly just kind of remained like silent over the other issue of why Lucia probably couldn't be brought back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk.
Yeah. For Onimori, I suppose, if not you? Well, going off of the text, I mean, Ishida was known as a fine archer. There wasn't really too much about him in the history books, but as far as I knew, he did fight alongside you in the war.
That's true.
Again, I couldn't really tell too much more information, and I think we've clarified that Demon Guard seems to have painted a vague description of a lot of the people in your life. Okay. As for Dea, I mean, you were the only one uniquely qualified with those abilities. So, to be honest, it was just you.
Yes, I was not aware of anyone else who had the same, well, predicament that I did. No. So that is fair.
She hesitates looking at you, Elena.
Nothing?
Yeah, she just kind of hesitates, and she's like, yeah, you can see her kind of trying to like trail off or something like that. I think she like awkwardly kind of like looks at you, and she's kind of contemplating on like whether or not to fully tell you.
I would like to know.
Well, I suppose, if not you, your husband then. He was certainly known to be charismatic, to say the least. Yeah. I don't know, too much to his fighting ability, but at the very least, like, his charisma did seem, quite powerful, and yeah.
That makes sense. From what I can remember. Yeah.
And then you've remembered more about him?
Kind of. I remember a date.
That's
Like-
sweet.
He took me to a carnival. I had cotton candy. I suck at the game.
Oh, the
And
game.
Red menace.
it's too funny not to do it.
And he won me like this angry looking chicken. And that's all I can really remember. He was very nice though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
April 17th. Well,
Is there? No, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was going to ask the same thing.
Yeah.
We're doing
yeah,
terribly as a group, I guess. Actually, we're doing quite well, if I'll be
I was
honest.
going to say I didn't think it was that bad.
We're
Right?
doing fine. I'm just being overdramatic. Physically, I think we all feel fine, aside from the Red Menace and the spiders, but it sounds like he's recovering from that.
Not emotionally.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I think our mental wiles could all do with a bit of rest.
sorry, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose that speaking to that a little bit more, to be blunt here, how are you all coping with, the idea that you've been resurrected and all of the baggage that comes with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, I've kind of taken it in stride with everything else, considering I don't remember my baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Onimori kind of glances at Dea.
Oh.
What can I really do with it? We all know we have died.
To be
What
quite
can we
honest,
do
I'm.
about
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just the idea of we know we have died. What can we really do with that information? Not much.
Fair.
Wouldn't say it any better than Dea. Fucking. I'll be quite honest, Dr. White, you've done me quite the inconvenience of bringing me back from the dead, but just like Dea said, what can we do about it?
I really like that reaction to that.
Mm-hmm. How inconvenient. God. As Dr. White just says, again, apologies. I mean,
We're quite past the time for apologies.
if there's still anything I can do to make it up for you, I mean, at the very least, you still do have at least a bit of an opportunity here, I suppose. if there's anything you do want to accomplish, any other things outside of the mission, even just doing things you didn't get to in life, I mean, let me know. I'll try to figure out ways we can make that happen. It's quite literally the least I can do.
Dr. White, with all due respect, by resurrecting me, you have squandered all of my opportunities. Now, I'll still play your game. I do respect the plight of your people and, you know, the trouble you've gone through bringing us back, but you're not going to make me happy with this.
She opens her mouth and shuts it.
That being said, I'm not going to look this gift horse in the mouth. I suppose I've made potentially 4 quite wonderful friends here.
Oh, that's so nice!
Elena fucking sobbing in the corner.
Yeah, he likes us.
He does.
What do you mean?
Are Elena and Red Menace just mobbing Onimori? Just like, oh my
Do not touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
You're a friend too.
Well, there's the extra psychic damage because they know he's a dad and just
Oh my god!
God.
I would like to say one thing though. If we're asking for requests on things we would like to, I would like to go see the ocean.
Oh wait, that was not the unconscious part.
That was a river, the Red Menace.
That was a poor excuse for the ocean.
I couldn't say it better myself. Well, if we do
It's not
travel
water,
to...
though.
Well, if we do travel to
Just
Minoyama,
water.
that would be the ocean in itself. That would be on our way.
Just water. The ocean is one of the most beautiful things that you could ever see.
Huh?
I don't know. I haven't seen one.
See that we can experience this together. I've never seen one. But I mean, you've never seen one, see?
I mean, yeah, that's what we're going to see.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, and Ocean Voyage is certainly in the cards. I mean, you guys, of course, I don't think it's a huge tell here. You guys will have to travel to Dea, your homeland, and Onimori, yours.
Do
So-
you also come from an island?
Initially, yes.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah, as you-
Menace, can you swim?
Not really.
Oh,
There's not a lot of bodies of water in
the dusk.
the
Don't
Black
worry,
Sea.
the Red Menace, we can teach you. It all starts with a couple of those primordial instincts to swim when tossed into water.
You're just gonna toss him in and
He'll
watch him
catch
drown.
along. He'll catch on quite well. Worry
I can't
not.
really say much because I almost drowned. But
Well,
that
no
was
one's
also
drowned
being
under my
dragged.
watch, Elena. It's okay.
Wrong.
You didn't die.
No, but I almost died
But you
by
didn't.
some lady dragging me down.
Yeah. To be fair, that wasn't drowning, though, right?
I guess not.
That would certainly be classified as drowning.
Okay.
But even in the face of such opposition, you did not drown.
Okay. I guess we're gonna get swimming glasses from.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and of course, not anything to think about now, but eventually we will have to procure you all a boat in order to cross the ocean itself.
No more boats.
Can we get one that
Like,
works
well-
this time?
Yes.
Yes, we'll have to figure out a way to do so. Buying a boat was probably an expensive venture to do so, and we either need to find someone who can captain that boat that we could trust, or teach one of you all the how to do so.
Dr. White, the history books not tell you that I also captained our ship?
You're a captain of a ship?
Well, that's one skill they teach you in Minoyama, considered you're surrounded on all sides by oceans.
Well, yes, but was that by yourself that you managed to captain the ship?
Well, every
Or-
ship has a crew.
Well, yes, that
Doesn't
would
take a
kinda
lot
be
of
my
brains to do.
Mhm.
Sure we can handle it. Perhaps a couple extra people wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Onimori was a pirate.
Well, it wasn't my premier job, but
But you were!
were.
Oh, that's
Know
so
how.
cool.
How to pirate?
Hey, what was your pirate name?
no, I was not a pirate. I thought you said pilot. We did not
I don't know what that
steal.
is. Oh.
Oh, that's lame.
But if you
Sorry.
did have a pirate name, what would it
Yeah,
be?
It would be Onimori.
Oh, this
Oh, yeah, that's-
name.
His name is not actually Onimori.
Oh, you're so that. We've been calling him his pirate this whole.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure the Red Menace is well aware, but in Minoyama, the samurai tended to go by a title or nickname, usually just a title.
Captain's name.
No.
Captain Onimori.
Captain Onimori.
Right, but that's not for several months, so what if we talked about something else?
Elena and Redman slowly conspiring to get Onimori a pirate hat.
I bet we could.
could.
We could. Make it purple. It could match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I think Onimori just looks at Dea like The Office.
What? I'm not going to do anything about this. Their attention is on you, which
Don't
means
need
it
you
is
to.
not on me.
Wait, does that mean Dea was a mermaid?
Oh, she was on the water.
Yeah,
She
Dea,
has
I
water.
heard that your legs transform into a fish fin when you make
They
contact
do?
with the water.
Are you a mermaid?
Are you a mermaid?
You fucking saw me swim? How do you think I got the Luna?
But that was a lake that wasn't the ocean.
I got him.
It's different. You told me that.
She just heaps the deepest inhale.
What does this make Ash, a monkey? Does he turn into...
No, don't say that.
What? He like swings through trees! Right?
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Onimori.
Michael Onimori.
Oh god.
It's his pirate name.
Well, Dr. White. Guess overall we're doing okay. We could use any extra resources when it gets to that point. But I suppose for now we are fine.
Yeah.
Just send that snail for a little extra protection, if you will.
And the things that,
And the
you know.
thing.
And the
Yeah.
Potions would be
Of course. Yeah, I'll send you absolutely what I can just to keep you guys kind of going with a couple of potions and the like. Again, too, if you, I think maybe that would probably be a perfect time. If you find any sort of resources, weapons, anything like that, if you want to send it back via the snail, I can probably distribute it here at the Dust Keep and like maybe help the people out a little bit more.
Oh, rip that lance.
I found a bunch of... What did I find? Never mind, I didn't
We had
find anything. That was someone
spiders.
else.
Yeah, spider.
Suppose we could start collecting weapons from everything that runs into us, trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did we
do
put
that.
those 3 women? Didn't they all have weapons on them?
You did, and then like they were about a day's travel back, and as Redman
Well,
was
we'll
like,
get them on the way back.
Yeah.
actually, no, they didn't use weapons specifically.
Yeah, they
Never
were just
mind,
punching
I
us.
They were
lied
just
to
beating the
you.
shit out of you with their bare hands.
They didn't. Well, that's
right.
all I
Yeah.
wanted to know. I'm going back to tearing down camp while Ash
Mm-hmm.
awakens.
Yeah. And then, Elena, you wanted to speak with me?
Yes, alone, if you don't mind.
She nods, looks at the others.
Onimori walks away.
That menace walks away.
Yes, yes, fine. If you're so insistent.
Okay, sorry.
Ladies keeping secrets.
Secret.
Sneaky. Alright.
What do you know of someone called Laham?
Lahabrea?
Lahabrea.
Lahabrea?
As she mentions, how much do you remember right now?
When I peered into that one of the women's head, she was wondering why I had my, and she was very scared of me. And when she mentioned Lahab,
Izzy, you were kind
I-
of cutting out, by the way.
so
Get a little closer to your mic, I think it'll be fine.
And I just hear Laham.
Laham. When I was peering into that woman's mind, she was confused and scared as to why I had my weapon. And then when she spoke Lahambruna, I had flashes of someone. Let me see what exactly I had fun. I don't want to fuck this up. Where is it? Where is it? I have no idea where it is, but there was a woman. I think I knew her. I don't know how, but I think I knew who that was.
Alright. Again, let me know if your head starts hurting and we're gonna stop having this conversation.
Okay.
But, yes, you did know her. There was definitely a very clear tie in history to where you two stood. What else do you want to know about that?
So we were close. I found what I was looking for. When I had the flashes of memories, it was like she was teasing me all the time. Like, it seemed like a joking way, but it was.
You're cutting out again, Izzy?
What does that mean?
It does give me some theories, but nothing I can fully piece together. The tragedy of history is that it's hard to tell what personalities mean. I'll offer you my two suspicions, though. One, the teasing did mean that you were physically close in some kind of way. You two seem to have cared for each other. Two, the teasing meant that you two disliked each other an extreme amount. I can't fully tell which one it is just from this outside perspective.
One more thing. Lahambruna. In common, that is pestilence. Or, no, sorry, I fucked that up. Famine.
Mm-hmm.
Are there 3 others?
there are.
Are they alive too?
If one is, I'd imagine the other three are.
Okay. I think my head is starting.
Okay, let's stop this from here then.
I come back to the group. Anything else we need to say?
No.
No.
Anyone in the chat want to ask different questions? 'Cause I forgot we were gonna do that. Let
We
me
get some from
John.
John.
See here.
Why do you think they made your wanted poster a cow head, Ash?
She's not here.
No, this one's a good one. Would the Red
I mean-
Menace rather fight the spiders? that
A
one.
dozen spider-sized horses or one horse-sized spider?
Have. Not fight.
Oh, have.
Have? Oh. I could run around on a giant spider, that's cool. I like the giant sized spider.
The goal is to have it be as much like a car as possible.
Yeah.
Deja vu.
Ooh, that's a good question too. How were Elena's
Wings preserved, as he says, cutting out.
Sorry.
Guide. Yeah, I think Dr. will answer. Well, the wings themselves, those had to definitely be pieced together. I found some feathers from, well, to be honest, I collected them from nature trails from birds that had been finished using them. There weren't a lot of feathers remaining on the actual wings themselves.
You're telling me I have stolen feathers?
The birds
Sounds
weren't
like they
using
were
them
already
anymore.
dead.
These are fake?
You should tell Ash you are stealing feathers from birds, Elena.
Are you
She'll have a
serious?
fit.
I guess so. That's the only explanation that makes the most sense to me. Because otherwise, yeah, no, your wings were definitely damaged.
Are you sure about that, Shivam?
Are you? What's happening?
I'm pretty sure they were okay-ish.
Why?
Hold on.
He just doesn't want to accept that she's made out of multiple birds.
Just a bunch of gooses tied together.
Oh my god.
I fucked that up. Hold on. Wait.
Trying to canonize shit in the background. Let's see, what else do we have here? Crux says, if Dr. White is a fan of Demon Guard, naturally she must be itching to ask the person who inspired it some questions. I think we might have covered that one already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these we covered. So are you a curry guy or a beef and potatoes guy?
What does Dea think of the party thus far?
She tolerates you at the bare minimum. But once it's
God bless.
she's gone.
That's what she tells herself. She loves us.
That's what the Red Venice tells himself when he can't sleep at night.
That is actually our friend.
The mere thought of someone not liking him is just too much to bear.
Too much.
Too much psychic damage. It'd kill him along with all the spider damage.
What? Shiva. Is this something for next week, or?
Maybe it's something for next week. I didn't realize this was going to be an important question.
Oh, this is important lore now. Okay.
Yes, it is.
One of those things where,
boy.
like, it's a very quiet sort of, oh no.
Oh boy.
This has implications.
Oh boy.
Spicy implications. Got it.
I guess the Dr. White then will voice an oopsie, and then
Yeah, oopsies.
Oopsie doopsie.
So my wings are not even. That's. That's great information.
God. We'll figure it out. No definite answer quite yet.
I don't like that.
interesting.
That's what makes it more fun.
Other questions?
I think I went through general again. It sounds like we've covered everything that's been posed.
There was one about like the party's reactions to why like their things were like scuffed. Do we want to have anyone have that realization yet or not?
By our what was our histories?
The wanted posters were scuffed.
Oh, the wanted posters.
Mhm.
Mine was
What was
perfect.
that?
Yeah, but just Red Menaces, that was perfect.
Because
Well,
they like your face.
there were a few things that were off about the rest of us.
Quiet.
I don't know, you guys look pretty similar.
Well, for one, they decided that my mask was now my face. Which I suppose is accurate at a passing glance, but it's not true.
Why does Dea look like she has like normal?
Yeah, that one confuses me.
I think they thought it was wet hair instead of water hair.
Oh,
Mhm.
wet hair.
I suppose if the artist who did these didn't see us directly, they must have received a description from someone. Maybe there was a little bit of an issue.
Very much lost in translation is my guess.
What do you all think gave the descriptions?
I don't know.
Well, how many people from Cielo made it out of the city during all of the riots, you assume?
Or even... I suppose this could have been done as soon as we were identified as enemies of the state. Which would have been when we joined the death race?
I don't know about that. A lot of people join the death race.
I mean, I suppose it would be after then, so...
Can I roll an investigation check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Intelligence. Whoa.
16. So, with a 16, the someone clearly who made the posters, they recognized the Red Menace, but they did not recognize any of the other like people there. So the first person that would probably be Christina, which after she met you guys in person at like the inn, I mean, the Red Menace is probably her main priority. She has absolutely no fucking clue who the rest of you are beyond just like a handful of gremlins that tagged along with the Red Menace. So, considering she probably just kind of said some low priority, like, hey, there's some people here, and like just kind of sent it back to HQ. Yeah, okay.
Well, would have to be someone who knew the Red Menace quite well. Maybe not the rest of us, 'cause we saw how accurate the Red Menace was. You could see a pore on his face.
That's just a normal reaction to seeing my face. No, you just memorize it forever.
My guess would be that La Baronessa had alerted the authorities in Cielo. And once we had escaped, we became something of interest. We know she sicked the crowd on us before we had attacked her. Perhaps if we had escaped, it was a backup plan.
Well, props to her for planning in the future, then.
Well, it did certainly reach to the next town. The only thing I'm curious about is where else these posters are, and if there's someone attempting to maintain them.
I think it's funny how they thought the Ash was a cow.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Well, it is useful. No one's going to recognize Ash like that. The Red Menace, on the other hand, even myself and Elena, they, I think, could get away with doing nothing and being fine.
I think it's because Red the Menace and I look the coolest.
I think that's so too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as true as that might be, we do have to keep a lookout for these. Especially in towns that... What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Especially in towns that might not be as green to defectors as yellow.
Fucking snap. Which one of you bitches did that?
Just Nemo.
It wasn't me.
That had to have been Nemo. What the fuck?
It wasn't me.
It was me. Sorry, I had to. Sorry.
Real quick, actually, Dr. will pop in with something that might be interesting here. She kind of thinks for a second. She says, okay. You know, to be honest, if those wanted posters are getting distributed to the other towns, I don't think
Yes,
with some of your titans, I'm worried. It's a very small chance with those descriptions being off, but I'm still worried they might still recognize who you are if it gets all the way up to them. How about this as maybe a countermeasure? I know I did suggest that telling you guys who your titans would be could cause you, the brain exploding thing. I suppose you guys do at least have some clues to start trying to pick at it, though. And if you guys naturally come to conclusions on your own, I mean, that probably, as long as the connection forms naturally in your heads, there's less of a chance of, there's no chance of the brain exploding thing. I probably should preface it with that. I don't want to...
I think Onimori turns to her. Well, so far, Cielo has been resurrecting strong and ruthless people.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, here's the mechanic I'm gonna say is going to need to happen because, obviously you guys out of character, very much understanding I don't want to, I would have you guys roll an investigation or a history check, and you can do this once per arc, basically.
I'm doing it. Fucking A.
What is it? What
investigation or history?
Oh shit!
Elena, yours is gonna be different. Yours might be some more hints at your past.
Aww.
Because you still need to remember some important
Got an 11.
Guidance!
Oh.
Okay.
Is that for me?
No, for me! Get it!
It is for me.
You motherfucker.
For me.
Fuck
Jesus.
no!
That just
It's
fits.
for me.
Wow. Well, I guess we have to roll Nemo.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't.
guidance.
I already remember everything.
Oh, that's right, you flicky fuck.
Guidance. Guidance, I fucking
Well, yeah, you did guidance. Roll that d4. You need at least a 3. Big money?
That was close.
Off by that much.
You wanna do it, Red Menace?
I don't need
want
to.
to find out? You want to find out who your titan is, dude?
Yeah, let me do it. I'll roll investigation. -2.
I mean, technically, it could be Raul.
Who the fuck's
that's-
roll?
The person who replaced the Baronessa.
He gets
Can't
another.
tell, dude.
My god, our
Can't
roll.
tell.
Okay,
Who knows who
at
it
least
could be?
wrap up. Do I get anything with an 11?
With an 11, you have your suspicions on a
Yeah.
handful of people. You couldn't say for sure.
Okay, I think I will at least finish my sentence then. Anyway, goes. There's a handful of people who I think could feasibly be it. One of which I'm quite fearful of, but I think all of them. We definitely need to get a little bit stronger.
Not me, though.
All of us,
yeah.
the Red Menace.
Yeah, same thing with you. Definitely at least a handful of people you can kind of like narrow it down to. Not quite fully there yet, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely like you can both have your fears and who would like the worst of them would be, but like there's no sort of confirmation as to like who exactly it would be. There's no sort of like indication in your mind of like that snapped together correctly.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. All right. But with that then, unless anyone else has some final scenes to finish off with.
Ash begins to stir.
Yeah, Ash begins to stir as you guys packed up and head for the peak. We'll go ahead and wrap up with some fun facts.
Fun facts. Fun fact.
Fun.
Dea.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Fucking throwing me off. I gotta go to the fun facts tab because I've been working on a meme.
Oh no.
Oh, you started the oh boy.
Oh,
I sure
God.
fucking have
Oh
Shivam.
boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Dea's fact for this week. So, if there was ever spare time in her schedule, one of the things Dea would sneak out to go see were the chariot races. It was one of the more notable activities she was prohibited from watching.
So she secretly really liked the death race.
Yeah, that's kind of
Basically the same thing.
I mean, it's it's chariot races times infinity, dude. It's like
her mind exploding.
I'd imagine it's maybe one of those things too, where like that might have been a much more pleasant experience if she wasn't in it.
yeah.
So Elena always crosses her fingers whenever she passes graveyards. She can't remember who or why, but she heard a myth that it helps keep bad spirits from following.
The barrier.
She's superstitious.
She's not superstitious, but she's a little stitious.
Fun fact. Onimori at one time taught his totally human friend Nori some basic combat skills for self-defense, gifting him a kid's wooden practice sword. At the same time, Ishida taught him how to sneak around and steal food from people without getting caught. This kind of caused a reaction where Nori became a bit of a gremlin and has used both skills for the sole purpose of snack theft, and so Sumire sat all three of them down and put a stop to it.
I love Nori so goddamn much.
Such a powerful image. Imagine seeing this totally human child just sprout up out of fucking nowhere. He threatens you with a fucking wooden stick, steals all the fucking chips and runs off into the fucking night.
What do you have there? A knife? No!
Good.
Love Nori.
Mm-hmm.
We need more Nori.
Yeah.
The Red Menace.
The Red Menace. Though Steve was the only rival the Red Menace was aware of, there was another rivalry that started when he fought the author of a children's coloring book named Michael Miguel, who eventually went on to found the Michaels for Michaels Association. The Red Menace simply thought those were two distinct Michaels and used that as an argument for the outlawing of the name.
Because it was confusing.
God. Your last name is just Ciel and Michael. Fucking like, stop it.
Michael.
Oh my god.
That's bad in two ways.
Just double Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Hate you.
God.
You're mildly confusing, you must die.
I hate that you're dropping all this lore after your arc, and I couldn't just like drop in your real fucking Titan.
It's gonna be a side quest
Michael
now.
Miguel.
It's so Nemo doesn't face consequences.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
God.
Be that as it may. it is time to rest. Well, actually, it's time for the party to get going, which happened the last session.
Yeah.
Guide.
Yeah, sorry
And
for the
last session.
the interesting 25.5 session. We had an impromptu rescheduling on the part of Ash's player. But we will be back
Nolan
next
died.
session just for Dea and Onimura to just fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.